Have you guys heard from the recent statement of Cardi B concerning feminism and then she doesn't like it? Well, let's talk about it because it's kind of interesting. Hi, Natasha here. Welcome to my podcast, C'est la vie, life situation, problems, or issues that I'm coming across from my diary or from the regular life. I'm going to talk to you about it. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for taking your time to listen to my wonderful podcast. I'm so grateful that you guys are listening. And no matter how less or not less we are, please continue. Less or not less doesn't make sense. Anyways, no matter how far we come, every step after time, I always have to remind you guys, please don't forget to share it, to download, to follow, and so forth and so on, so that we grow step by step to the goal that we want to be. Anyways, the topic of today is Cardi B's statement. It was a wildfire over TikTok the couple days. It is a wildfire over Instagram since 24 hours, I think. And I was like, why people are making so much issue about the whole thing? Then I listened to it and then I realized, I know now why. Before I tell you guys my opinion, I have the recordings and I would like you guys to hear what she said, and then we will come to my personal opinion. So listen very closely, and that's new in my podcast, but we want to increase our weight of doing things. So just listen very closely, and then I'm coming with my commentary.
I got a message for y'all from Cardi.
Alright, so this is what I think, right? Like, it's like, if you're gonna be the type of bitch that like a nigga, you want a nigga to take care of you and everything, but it's like, alright, you have to like pick a balance. Like, it's like, you cannot just be a bitch that's like, oh, my man take care of me, he does it the bills, but it's like, what do you do? What are you contributing? Like, it's like, alright, like, you can't be complaining like, oh, I cook, I clean everything. It's like, okay, but you don't work, you don't contribute to the house. So I just feel like it's like, and like sometimes people be like, oh, so this is like really controversial, right? So when like, be like, oh, I don't go 50-50, but it's like, alright, so if you and your man make the same amount of money, right?
Okay.
But only your man is the one that paying all the bills. How you ever gonna save up to like buy a house or buy a business? Cause he's never gonna be able to afford to. So it's like certain things is like a joint thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a work together. But I just be feeling like sometimes people, like the internet really be having people sucked up from like real reality type shit.
Yeah,
so
of course.
it's like.
But you're a part of that.
So your mom and dad used to work every single day, right? So your mom and dad used to work every single day, so your mom could save her money and buy purses, so your dad just pay the bills. That's not how it works. This is your mom was in the house cooking and cleaning every day. Your dad was working, or they was both working to pay both the bills. Like y'all be acting like y'all don't know what the fuck that is like no more. Like come on.
Your mom money was your dad money, and your dad money was your mom money.
Like it was like that. That's why I'm saying like I'm not a feminist anymore, because it's like sometimes it's like y'all bitches don't be living in the real world.
Right.
Y'all not living there.
Y'all be talking about my money is my money and his money is my money.
I mean, my money is my money, his money is my money. But like, my money is my money. Like, my money is my money and his money is his money. But it's like, but you know, like it's like we both spend money on each other and everything. And it's like if we want to go and everything, it's like alright, like if we're gonna buy a house, like let's go half and half. And it's like if we're gonna buy,
it's not a one-way street.
It's not a one-way street. Like it's like if we're gonna buy like crazy expensive furniture, it's like alright, you buy the couch and I buy the dining room set. Like it's a both thing. Like it's a both thing. Because then when you leave, like bitch, you really leave with nothing. Because you was like, but he has to pay all the bills. Well, now you're divorced and you don't got no house, no nothing. You don't got shit. You got shit. You don't even got a couch, bitch. You don't even got. That's my thought. I'm really old school. I'm old school too.
Did y'all all heard that? I mean, the sound wasn't very great. It's my first time trying to record an audio and then let you guys hear it, so it was a little bit complicated. For me personally, after I heard it, first of all, her way of talking really is a little bit hard for me to understand, but I needed to hear I needed to hear it more than twice to understand what she meant. And her message basically is like, stop being delusional. People are so brainwashed so much for this feminist agenda that they forget to live in reality. I mean, somebody like her has a huge platform. Somebody like her, most of the time, she's the one that promote all this WAP kind of thing, I'm a boss B kind of thing. So the fact that she even said in one of her songs, I don't cook, I don't clean, and I tell you how I got this ring kind of stuff. Now she's backtracking after a failed marriage with that result, after a lot of problems in her marriage with cheating issues, and now she's back in the reality per se, and for the first time in her life, she's admitting that something doesn't work. This issue, I have to applaud her. I must say, we have to give props where props is due. Me personally, I have to applaud her because for the first time in her life, since she's a superstar per se, not mine, but a superstar per se, for the first time, she's real with people. She's, real with people if it's coming to this issue, because this issue, it's separating couples, marriages, relationships so much because women are so delusional that I don't understand why is it like this and how can we come back together. Because feminism agenda, it's there since the beginning, before I was even born, but it had not that much effect like it has today. Like, for instance, the fact that women are still thinking I'm a boss B, I'm independent, and running around like they don't need a man is so scary for me, because you don't know when you need one if the situation comes. Simple things as that. In the end of the day, what I see nowadays, before it was like equal rights, equal pay, equal everything. Yes, good. You want this equal situation. I love it. That's the good thing. But don't expect to have equal rights if it's coming to somebody open you the door or not. Because you want on one hand somebody that pay your bills, somebody that be a provider, but you don't want to submit. At the same time, you want to be independent. You want, on the other hand, you want traditionalism, but at the same time, you want independence. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, y'all. That doesn't make sense. You cannot have both. And that's basically what she's trying to say. You cannot have both. If you both are in one boat, one person has the rudder, the other person has the other rudder, and you both works together to the goal that you want to go. But if you are on a boat with somebody that is lazy and just cleaning her fingernails, it's not productive for you. It takes way longer when you are the only one who's really doing the rudder, who's doing the paddling. It's easier when one person has one place to paddle and the other person has one place to paddle. And that's what's happening. Not that I want this, I want this, I want this, and then in the end not working together. Make it make sense. How can you be independent but at the same time you want the men to be traditionalists? You have to make a decision. Women specifically have to make a decision. If you want a traditionalism, humble down. If you don't want a traditionalism, if you want to be independent, then be independent. But don't come here and say, I want to be a feminist. I want to have my own stuff. I want to have my own job. I want to have my own money. But I want you to pay all the bills. That doesn't make sense. You know that men are humans, right? You know that men are humans too, right? They have feelings, they have ups and downs, they have mockery at work sometimes. They sometimes they do shitty jobs just to sustain their families. Sometimes most of them do 2-3 jobs to make it work. I don't say all men are good, but the one they are willing to take care of their families and to support their families, and are truly, when they decide to have 100% on it, they are humans too. And they need such kind of, how can I explain? They need a certain value, a little bit of respect. Let's say it like this. And nowadays, they don't even feel that respect. They get mocked on when they make less than 100,000 a year. They get shit on. They get shit on even if they make enough money. A woman doesn't respect them, and they get betrayed on most of the time from women by taking by building a family, and then the woman decide to break it. I'm not happy. That's the kind of situation that most of men are dealing with right now. I am a woman myself, but I see it in my friend circle. We don't see it for real. Some of us are really evil. That's not even nice anymore what's going on nowadays. That's not even nice anymore to see. Me personally, I know I have my flaws, I have my ups, I have my downs, but I will never be in a situation that I don't see the human being in the man that I'm with. Divorce can happen. I'm not saying no. Divorce is a situation like rape or somebody beat you or something like this, violation. This is another topic, but I'm going to the generalization. As soon as you both made an agreement, who bring what's to the table, sit down and talk about it. And don't be later on when ups and downs comes, don't be like, I'm not happy, I take half and I leave. That's a human being. You're not happy, you take half and his children and leave on top of it. That's a human being. That's how most women create men with a mental disorder. Don't be surprised when that man take a gun and shoot and use it against you, unfortunately. And it's happening way too often nowadays. That's why her statement that some women have a wrong mentality mindset when it comes to relationships and money, because of social media, she's not wrong with it. Because of social media, we always think we want the Prince Charming, but we want to look like a garbage can. We want the Michael B. Jordan, but we want to work we want to work for our money. We don't want to give any effort. We don't want to appreciate the men that we are with. We don't want to show that even if I got money, I will give you something. Me personally, right now, I'm in a long distance relationship. I don't do much, but what I do is I do little packages. From time to time, I send him a little package just because I want to, not because he asks me to. And that's the same thing he does for me. And that's how we currently are in. But when I was at home, I'm the one that cook and clean and do all the dishes and everything because I'm traditional. And I want a traditional man. He's somebody, he's like, you can work, but you don't have to. I do it because I want to have fun. I don't want to be bored at home all the time. It doesn't take long to clean the house, to do the dishes, and to bring my children to the daycare. That doesn't take much. And between 12 and 5 p.m., I'm bored again because I have nothing to do. So I decide if the time comes, I decide to make an agreement with him that I will work part-time. But it's a choice for me so that I am happy. And his focus is to make me happy. And the part-time money, of course, I will participate. I will not be the one that pay the most of the bills, but I will be the one that pay the groceries because I'm the one that cook. I'm the one that do the dishes. I'm the one that do the whole nurturing part. So I will definitely buy groceries with my money. I will definitely buy some stuff for the kids with my money. Why? Because I'm the one that taking care of them. And there's something that is there's something that comes just for myself without being asked for. And this is what a lot of most women, I don't say all women, because we still have a little bit of good, virtuous women out there. That's amazing. But most women, unfortunately, the selflessness is gone. Since social media are brainwashing all these ladies out there with this feminism nonsense. For real, the selflessness, the humility, the humbleness, the view and perspective of reality, it's completely gone and delusional. I have a friend, just simple example. I have a friend that I'm not a friend with her anymore because I'm not really happy with the way she handles things. Basically, I have a friend, she has a guy, she met that guy. He's a nerd. Honestly, he's a nerd. He doesn't do much. He doesn't talk even much because he's a really one of the soft guys. I'm personally like this kind of guy, but it's another topic for another day. He's a soft guy. He's more in his tech. He's doing his thing, and he doesn't focus much on drama. So he's most of the time alone. They know each other from since they're young, but she never was really interested in him if she doesn't get something from him, basically. So he was in the friend zone for a while on her phone number for issues and for situation. She might call him and he will help her, which is nice to do. One day she decided to start a relationship with him, and she was 100% the boss because she's a lawyer. And she's very argumentative, a kind of person that I'm still thinking why I was friends with her, honestly. But I think we came up because we were in the same gym together. So I was like, okay, she was talking to me. She liked my outfit. And that's how we start talking. But after thinking about it right now, I'm really thinking about myself, like, how did I became friends with that kind of lady? Because she is a lot, honestly. Anyways, she was talking about somebody that she's just with because she doesn't want to give any money, and she was really talking bad about a person, and I'm like, oh wow, that person that she's talking bad about, I'm sorry that she's your friend, because that girl don't like you at all. The way she's talking about you. And then she was flirting with some guys, and then later on a car passed by in front of this fitness studio, and the car passed by in front of the fitness studio, and the guy come out and pick her up, and I'm like, I'm grading the person. He's very shy, he's very respectful, and open her door and everything, and she's like, she starts to yell, you're late and all this stuff, you could be better on time, I have to hurry, blah blah blah. Very disrespectful and rude. And I didn't really connect the dots on the beginning. A week later we went to dinner. It was like she invited me to dinner because she had to celebrate a new project or whatever, and I was like, I have time, let's go, let's hang out. I have to go out of the house without the kids for a long time. So I just went, and it was a nice dinner. Everything was set, everything was great. It was a lot of food. We enjoyed ourselves, and the same guy was there, and he was very quiet, and on the side he was chilling his life on the phone and tapping and everything. And me, I was because that's the only person that I know in the whole room. So I was grading him, and I said how he's doing, if he had fun and all these things, and he's like, yeah, it's okay. And I asked him where my friend is. My friend was there dancing around like a 3 or 4. I'm sorry to say that. Just to get the attention that she was looking for and everything, drinking, everything. And he was pretty quiet. And I'm like, wow, the area where she put the party together and everything, it was quite an expensive area. And she basically completely ignored that guy and didn't pay attention. And later on, I'm like, oh wow, she must have spent a lot on all these things. And he was looking at me and like, why do you think she spent a lot of all this thing? And I'm like, I know this area and I know how expensive it is to rent a room here, because I was thinking to rent a room here for the birthday of my daughter and I knew the prices and everything. And she's like, did she told you that she paid for it? And I'm like, no, but I'm thinking she's a lawyer, so she can afford it and everything. And he was laughing and I'm like, why are you laughing? She's like, and he said, just smiled and said, she's paying nothing. And I'm like, but how can she not pay nothing and just celebrating and spending everything? It's like, because it's me that pays for it. I was just looking like this and I'm like, and then I start to talk to him and I, excuse me, is it your girlfriend or is it something that I didn't know? I don't want to disturb. And she's like, yeah, it's my girlfriend and that's why it's a little present that I gave you. And then I'm like, okay. And then he like, I'm sorry I didn't ask your name for a long time because I don't want to be disrespectful. And then he told me his name and I remembered that she told me about a guy with the same name in a fitness studio, and the way she was talking about this guy is like she was using him from head to toe. And I was just looking at him and I just clarified, your name is... And then I clarified some things that she told me, and he was like, why do you know such things about me? And I'm like, nothing. Couple weeks later, I found out that she cheated on him, and he broke up with her because of it. And she was like, I don't care anyways. But in the end of the day, what I'm trying to give you guys is a little backstory to the point that the fact that the way she was talking about somebody who is giving her the world, was so disrespectful and so not for a girlfriend that wants to be treated like a queen, but at the same time has an attitude and a behavior like a donkey. I'm sorry. This is not the way it's supposed to be. That's why when this message for Cardi B came out, I was like, I hope that some of her fans that listen to it really, really sit down and rethink if what they do with their lives, how they handle humans, specifically men, how they think their life just because they got a degree and they're independent. How does it work out for them? Is the loneliness not enough? How can they learn to humble down? I hope that some of them will really take time, sit down and make a choice. For real. Because for me, something like this has to be said. Such arguments, we have to talk about it. Such discussion, we have to put it on the front of the congregation, because if not, we will destroy our nation. And I don't know if it's going to happen, that we're going to have a conversation about that or not. But right now, a lot of ladies, I see a lot of comments on TikTok, I see a lot of comments on Instagram, they are not happy about it because she's telling the truth. Every time you say the truth, every time you are not the mass, everybody will come at you. Me personally, I don't care. But somebody like Cardi B, maybe it will be very affecting her career or her CD sales, I don't know. Or maybe she do it for that, so that people pay attention to her music. I don't know. But in the end of the day, the statement is very, very valid. I 100% believe she's right, because you cannot have both. Personally, make a decision, make a choice, what you want to do with your life. Do you want to have a traditionalism lifestyle with your husband and wife and relationship, whatever? Then live like this and behave like this. Show some respect, show some humbleness, show some appreciation and selflessness. If you want to have the feminist independent lifestyle, don't expect everybody to be on your side if you are not happy. Don't expect everybody to be, yeah, that's a good choice. Don't expect every man to sustain your lifestyle, because you chose to be independent. Equal rights for equal folks. Make it make sense for yourself. Pay your own bills. Take your own responsibility and live with the consequences. Don't expect anybody else, which is a man or a female, to live with your drama. Because independence means you are independent from somebody else. So you cannot have both. You need to make your decision. You need to be wise why you do this decision, and you need to live with it. If you don't listen, if you don't want to have that humbleness, if you want to remain stubborn and live in that delusion, remain feminism. But don't be crying when you're 60 years old, no children, no husband, no family because almost of them has died, almost of your friend has died. Maybe the only thing that you have is a dog and you travel here and there, but as soon as you're alone, the walls are talking to you. So think about it, make better decision, and I 100% agree with her choice, because either you guys pay together the bills, no matter which status you are, you can make an agreement. I'm currently, if my hopefully soon fiance comes over, we have an agreement. He pays 60% of the pay, I pay 40%. So 60%, that means the majority of the bills he will pay, the 40% I will pay, which means the food, the gas bill, all these little things, between 40 and 30%. So that means I am not completely independent. I have a team partner, and we want to work to the extent that one day I can reduce to 30% or to 20%, because he told me I don't have to work, I can work, but I want to participate for now a little bit until I get a little bit older and I slow down a little bit. That's my opinion about her point, and I hope you guys, you don't be mad at me for being honest, but if you mad at me for being honest, well, it is what it is. I said what I said. That's it. Thanks for listening, guys. Thank you for taking your time to listen. Yeah, I can't even speak anymore. Thank you for taking time to listen to my podcast. I'm always grateful for every download that I receive. I'm grateful for every listener that I receive. My goal is to grow step by step, and my goal is to grow the right way. Therefore, everything that you guys do, either you share it, you give a review on one of my social media accounts, you listen to my podcast, you follow my podcast, you subscribe to my bonus content on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. No matter what you do in this point, I'm very, very grateful, and I'm very, very thankful. Thank you for taking your time. I wish you guys a wonderful rest of the week. Natasha is out. Mwah.